The first thing that hits you is the silence, a heavy, profound quiet that seems to press in from all sides, as if the island itself is holding its breath. This silence is broken only by the distant cry of a lone seabird, or the faint whisper of wind threading its way through shattered window panes, echoing through empty rooms. From the water, Hashima Island rises like a ghost ship, a gray fortress adrift in the East China Sea, its silhouette both haunting and strangely beautiful. Its jagged skyline of concrete blocks earned it the nickname Gunkanjima, or Battleship Island, a name that hints at its formidable presence and storied past. Once these narrow streets bustled with thousands of workers and their families. Now, they're empty canyons between crumbling apartment blocks, echoing with memories of laughter and life. Every wall and darkened doorway seems to hold a secret, a story waiting to be uncovered, as if the island itself is reluctant to let go of its past. This isn't just a ruin, it's a massive tombstone for a forgotten era of Japanese industry, a place where ambition and hardship once collided. As you step onto the island, the ground crunches underfoot with debris, and the air is thick with the smell of salt and decay, a reminder of the relentless sea and the passage of time. The towering buildings, their windows like hollow eyes, seem to watch the endless sea, bearing silent witness to the lives that once filled these rooms and corridors. Once one of the most densely populated places on Earth, Hashima is now a haunting testament to how quickly our world can be reclaimed by nature, as vines and moss creep over concrete and roots split the pavement. The silence is the island's loudest feature, begging you to listen for the stories it still holds, stories of hope, struggle, and the unstoppable march of time. How did this isolated rock, once just a speck in the vast ocean, transform into a bustling metropolis seemingly overnight? The story of Hashima Island, also known as Battleship Island, is one of ambition, innovation, and hardship. It all began with a discovery, coal, in 1887. This single event would change the fate of the island forever, setting in motion a chain of events that would reshape its destiny. For an industrializing Japan, hungry for energy and resources, this was a jackpot. Coal was the fuel that powered factories, trains, and ships, driving the nation's rapid modernization. Mitsubishi, one of Japan's industrial giants, quickly bought the island and launched an ambitious mining project. Their vision was to extract every ounce of coal from beneath the sea. With space at a premium, they built vertically, stacking concrete apartment blocks atop the tiny island to house thousands of workers and their families. The skyline grew dense and imposing, a city in miniature. Hashima soon became a symbol of Japan's industrial might, a city built on top of a mine, dedicated to a single purpose, extracting coal from deep beneath the waves. The mine shafts plunged deep beneath the seabed, stretching for kilometers, and the population swelled to over 5,000 at its peak. The island was alive with people, noise, and relentless energy. The island buzzed with constant activity, a 24/7 operation where industry never slept. Every corner echoed with the sounds of machinery, footsteps, and the hopes of those seeking a better life. But progress came at a cost. The relentless drive for coal pushed people and machines to their limits. The work was grueling and dangerous, with miners facing extreme heat, unstable tunnels, and the constant risk of collapse or injury. Every day was a test of endurance and courage. During World War II, forced laborers from Korea and China were brought to the island under brutal conditions, enduring hardship and suffering that is still remembered today. Their stories are a critical, often overlooked part of Hashima's history, reminding us of the human cost behind industrial progress. The island's rise was built on the backbreaking labor of thousands, each person contributing to the relentless march of industry. Hashima's legacy is as much about human endurance and resilience as it is about concrete and coal. The abandoned buildings still echo with the memories of those who lived and worked there. Its story is a testament to both ambition and sacrifice, a reminder of what people can achieve and what they can endure in pursuit of a dream. The city that rose from the sea was powered by dreams and by hardship. Today, Battleship Island stands as a haunting monument to the heights of human ambition and the depths of human struggle. Life on Battleship Island was a paradox, modern comforts in a harsh, isolated world. Mitsubishi created a self-sufficient city, apartments, a school, hospital, shops, even a movie theater. Rooftops became gardens and playgrounds, and the narrow streets were alive with children's laughter. Neighbors formed tight bonds, sharing news from balconies and weathering storms together. The school educated generations who knew no other home, with lessons in resilience as much as academics. The hospital was a lifeline, treating everything from colds to mining injuries. Yet beneath the surface, the mine's dangers loomed. Men worked long, perilous shifts in the tunnels below. The prosperity above ground depended on the courage and sacrifice below. Life was structured and communal, but always shadowed by risk. The community thrived, but it was built on a foundation of both concrete and courage. Hashima was a world apart, modern, close-knit, and always on the edge. It was home forged by hardship and hope. Every boom ends. For Hashima, the decline began with a global shift from coal to oil in the 1960s. As oil became the fuel of choice, demand for coal plummeted. Mines across Japan faced closure, and Hashima was no exception. The once profitable mine became a financial burden. Coal seams were harder to reach, and prices dropped. Government policies accelerated the shutdown, cutting subsidies and closing inefficient mines. The sense of security on the island crumbled as closure rumors became reality. Families who had lived there for generations faced the end of their world. The decline wasn't just economic, it was the unraveling of an entire way of life. The vibrant city hollowed out as its purpose faded. The writing was on the wall. Hashima's era was ending. The community that had weathered so much now faced a threat it couldn't fight: obsolescence. The future was uncertain, and the past was slipping away. The island's fate was sealed by the tides of change. In early 1974, the announcement came: Hashima's mine would close for good. Residents had just months to pack up their lives and leave. The exodus was swift and heartbreaking. Families took what they could carry, leaving behind homes, furniture, and memories. Entire apartments were abandoned, as if their occupants had just stepped out. The island became a time capsule, frozen at the moment of departure. On April 20th, 1974, the last boat left, and Hashima fell silent. The city's sounds, machinery, voices, laughter vanished overnight. The government sealed the island, making visits illegal. Hashima became a locked-away chapter of Japan's industrial story. Schools, hospitals, and shops were left intact, silent witnesses to a vanished world. The abandonment was sudden, surgical, a perfectly preserved urban ghost town. The island's story paused, waiting for someone to listen. Hashima was left to the wind, the waves, and the slow work of time. For decades, Hashima sat in isolation, battered by relentless storms and the unyielding force of the sea. The island, once alive with the energy of thousands, now endures the constant assault of wind and water, its silhouette a stark reminder of nature's power. Over time, nature has slowly reclaimed what was once dominated by concrete and steel. Greenery now sprouts from every crack and crevice, weaving through the ruins and softening the harsh lines of abandoned buildings. Vines crawl up the weathered concrete, their tendrils wrapping around rusted railings and broken windows, as if determined to erase the memory of human presence. Wild thickets overtake rooftops, transforming the once gray fortress into a patchwork of green and gray, a striking visual of nature's quiet conquest over human ambition. Since 2009, tourists have been allowed to visit, walking only in designated safe zones, surrounded by the haunting skeletons of a modern city. Buildings crumble, walls collapse, and the echoes of the past linger in every shadow. The intimate spaces of family life, once filled with laughter and daily routines, are now exposed to the elements. Rain and sunlight pour through broken ceilings, illuminating what remains. Personal items, a forgotten abacus, a child's shoe left behind in the dust, and a dusty telephone, make the ruins hauntingly human. Each object is a breadcrumb, a silent witness to the lives once lived here, hinting at stories now lost to time. Hashima has become a living laboratory for urban decay, drawing architects, artists, and researchers from around the world to study its transformation. The salt air and frequent typhoons accelerate the island's collapse, making every visit a glimpse into a vanishing world. The island is not just a static ruin, it's an ongoing process, a dramatic battle between construction and nature. Every year, the landscape shifts as plants claim more ground and structures weaken. Hashima is a place of constant, quiet transformation. It stands as a powerful reminder that nothing we build is truly permanent. The ruins tell a story of both profound loss and enduring resilience. Hashima endures as a monument to impermanence, a testament to the unstoppable force of nature and the fleeting mark of human endeavor. It's no surprise that Hashima is steeped in ghost stories and legends. Tales speak of miners' spirits haunting the tunnels, strange lights in empty windows, and voices on the wind. The island's darker history, especially forced labor during World War II, fuels these stories. Some visitors report cold spots, a sense of being watched, or footsteps on empty staircases. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the island's tragic past gives these legends weight. The ruins are a silent testament to history, but the stories give them a voice. Hashima's folklore keeps its memory alive, blending fact and myth in the silence. Why should we care about Hashima? It's more than a ruin. It's a symbol of the rapid rise and fall of industrial society. The island's story mirrors the cycle of boom, bust, and decay that defines modern history. Hashima is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but its legacy is complex, both a symbol of progress and a site of suffering. The controversy over its recognition highlights the need to remember all sides of history, including the stories of forced laborers. The island is a visual metaphor for impermanence and a warning about the fragility of our own cities. Hashima prompts us to consider what happens when a community's lifeblood disappears. It's a human story of resilience, sacrifice, and sudden displacement. The abandoned school, empty apartments, and forgotten toys are artifacts of real lives. By exploring Hashima's past, we honor those lives and learn lessons about progress, memory, and the human spirit. Hashima matters because it reminds us that every place has a story worth remembering. Now that you've walked through Battleship Island's silent streets, the story is in your hands. Is Hashima a triumph of human ambition, or a tragedy of industrial cost? Should it be preserved as a warning, or left to be reclaimed by nature? The questions raised by Hashima's history are still relevant today. How do we balance celebrating achievement with acknowledging suffering? The story isn't finished, it's still being written in the questions we ask and the lessons we learn. Share your thoughts and help keep the memory of this incredible, forgotten place alive.